Hello students, how are you doing? I hope you are all good. So we are back on your favorite learning platform moving forward and we are going to study from Feathercap People and Places. This is chapter number 11, how we travel. So we also have needs. We need to travel to far off places to go to get something or to visit our relatives or friends, or when we have vacations. You go to different places, right? And if you have relatives which stay far away, which live far away, we also have to send some goods, or we also have to send things which they might need. So to send goods and to communicate with them, to meet them, we have to travel, right? हमें एक जगह से दूसरी जगह travel करना पड़ता है. It can be because of your family thing, or it can be your business meeting, or it can be your trip. It can be anything. So हम बहुत पर्पस से ट्रैवल करते हैं. अब ट्रैवल हम किस मीन से कर पाते हैं, किस मोड से ट्रैवल करते हैं, दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन अस. So in this chapter we are going to study different modes of transport, different means of transport, and what kind of vehicles are used on those means. So I hope you are all ready with your books. Let's start now. Means used for traveling and carrying goods from one place to another are called means of transport. मतलब ट्रैवल करने के लिए और सामान को लेके जाने के लिए जो भी आप एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रैवल करते हो, जिन मीन्स को यूज करते हो, दे आर नोन एज द मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट. नाउ वी ट्रैवल फॉर मेनी पर्पस. आप बहुत सारे पर्पस के लिए ट्रैवल करते हो. इट कैन बी टू मीट योर रिलेटिव्स, फ्रेंड्स, एंड फॉर साइट सीइंग और बिजनेस. So you can have any of these purpose to go from one place to another. We visit some village, town or city. So in order to go from one place to another, you have to visit any village. It can be a village, city, town or country. Now we have to carry many types of goods like food, clothes, coal, petroleum, machines, etc. So if you are going from one place to another, you carry goods along with you. So it can be food, it can be cloth, petroleum, anything. Now different means of transport are used on roads, rails, water or air. So these are some different means of transport. So first is your roadways and railways. These are basically your land transport जो land पे चलते हैं. तो roadways भी आपका land transport है और railways भी. These are two categories of it. Roads links village, towns and cities. So how does road help us? They links the villages, towns and cities together. Now the most common vehicles which people use to go to village and towns are bicycle, rickshaw, tongas and bullock carts. So if you have to travel within a city or a village, we can use bicycles, cycle rickshaws, tongas or bullock carts. So in towns and villages, these things are used. In city, scooters, auto rickshaws, city buses and car runs on the road. So in cities, the common means of transport is your scooters, auto rickshaws, city buses and cars. They all run on roads. The big cities, local trains run on rails round the clock. So in big cities, जो बड़ी cities हैं, वहाँ पे local trains चलती हैं, like in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata. In Delhi and Kolkata, the metro rails run, and in the Mumbai, जो आपकी local trains हैं, वो चलती हैं. So बड़ी cities में local trains चलती हैं rails पे around the clock, मतलब पूरा सारा time. Now, to travel and carry goods to far off places, cars, buses, trucks and trains are used. So, far off places, अगर दूर तक कुछ सामान लेके जाना है, आपको travel करना है, we can use cars, buses, trucks and trains. So, these are some common means of transport which you use when you travel or carry goods to far off places. Now cars and buses carry passengers only. So cars में और buses में आप अपना जो सामान है basically जो goods हैं, you cannot load them and take it to the another place. Cars and buses are only for passengers and trucks carry goods only. और ऐसे ही trucks हैं, trucks में सिर्फ आप सामान भेज सकते हो. Passenger trains carry passengers and good trains carry goods from one place to another. So trains भी दो तरह की होती हैं, एक passenger trains which carry passengers and एक good trains which carry the goods. In modern age, people purchase their own cars. So in today's time, in modern age, everybody have a car. Roadways are of three types. So there are three types of roads basically. First is your branch roads. Branch roads links the villages and towns with the cities. जो branch road होती है ये village और town को cities के साथ जोड़ती है. Second is your state highways. State highways are that link cities of state together. मतलब जितनी भी स्टेट्स होती हैं उन्हें आपस में लिंक करने वाली रोड को वी कॉल इट अ स्टेट हाईवे. नेशनल हाईवे आर रोड दैट पास थ्रू मेनी स्टेट्स. सो नेशनल हाईवेज वो होते हैं जो हमारी बड़ी बड़ी स्टेट्स हैं उनको क्रॉस करते हैं या उनको आपस में ज्वाइन करते हैं. Now next is your waterways. Boats and steamers carry people and goods in rivers and lakes. So boats and steamers are used to carry good as well as people from one in rivers and lakes. Ships sail over seas and oceans. So as we know, ships are very big in size, so they can only sail in the seas and oceans. They load or unload their goods at harbors or ports only. So जो ships होती हैं वो अपना जो goods सामान लेके जाती हैं या फिर जो भी उनके पास होता है वो अपने जो गुड्स होते हैं उनको लोड या अनलोड सिर्फ पोर्ट पे करते हैं और एट अ हार्बर. नाउ एयरवेज. Aeroplanes are very fast for travel and carrying goods. So aeroplanes are the fastest means of transport and the expensive as well. Airbus fly in the air just as buses run on the road. So इसे हम एयरबस कहते हैं जिसके अंदर बहुत सारी सीट्स होती हैं. Why? As a bus carry a lot of passengers on the road, the airplane also carry a lot of passengers through air. So jet planes are the fastest. Now planes land on airports only. जो planes है वो खाली airport पे ही land करते हैं. Helicopters are used to reach the places where planes cannot land. So you might have seen during the war conditions, during famine, earthquake or drought, not drought but during the earthquake, the helicopters are used to carry people, to rescue people or to give them some aids and goods. So helicopters are used basically at those places where a aeroplane cannot land. Helicopters are used to drop food for people or pick them up during flood or earthquake. earthquake और flood के टाइम पे helicopters का यूज किया जाता है. They reach the mountain peaks, valleys, deserts or sea water. So चाहे कैसी भी जगह हो, helicopters need a very small space to land. So जहाँ पे एरोप्लेन नहीं पहुंच पाते, like of valleys, mountains, peaks, deserts or sea waters, helicopters can reach there easily. In mountains we use ropeways which are known as trolleys. So you might have seen in the mountains these are known as trolleys. ट्रॉली जो है आपको ऊपर से नीचे लेके जाती है easily. In snow-covered areas, sledges are pulled by dogs are used. So this is basically sledge. We have already studied what is a sledge. तो sledge use किया जाता है snow-covered areas में जो कि dogs pull करते हैं. Now animal transport. In hilly areas, ponies and mules are used to carry goods and people. So hilly areas में जो हमारे ये two animals हैं basically ponies and mules. They are used to carry. This is a pony. ये सामान और लोगों को दोनों को लेके जाते हैं. इन डेजर्ट्स camels are used to carry people and pull carts. So as we know, camel is the ship of the desert. So in the deserts, camel are used to carry goods and people. And elephants are used to move logs and people and thick forest. So elephants कहाँ पे use किए जाते हैं? Thick forest में to move logs and people. Now chapter is completed. Classroom activity. Circle the odd one out in each row. First, cycle, scooter, motorcycle, car. So these are all two-wheelers except car. So car is your odd one out. Second, boat, train, ship, steamer. So except train, all the means of vehicles are your waterways. So train is the exception. Third, train, truck, bus, van. So train, bus and van carry passengers from one place to another, but truck carry loads. So truck is the odd one out. Fourth, rocket, aeroplane, tractor, helicopter. So except tractor, all the vehicles are your air transport. Fifth, rickshaw, bullock cart, camel cart or tonga. So except rickshaw is pulled by a person. All these are animal pulled vehicles. So rickshaw is the exception. Now assess yourself. A, take the correct answer. First, steamer is a means of land transport, air transport, water transport or animal transport. So steamer is your water transport. Now which animal is known as the ship of desert? So as we all know, camel is known as the ship of the desert. Third, aeroplanes land and take off at dash. So aeroplanes, as we know, they land and take off at airports. So B is your answer. Ropeways are used in the mountains. B is your answer for this. Now fill in the blanks with the words given below. First, a dash runs on the road. So, aeroplane, car, train, ship. As we know that car runs on the road. So, answer for first is your car. Second, and dash flies in the air. An aeroplane flies in the air. Now, a dash sails on the water. A ship sails on the water. Fourth, a dash runs on the rails. So, a train runs on the rails. Name any two means of transport which can be used for first going to different places within the city. So, to move in a city, we can use cars, or you can even use a scooter or a bus. You can write anything which you want. Second, going to other cities in your state. So, cars and buses can be used. Cars and buses, or you can even write buses and trains. Third, going to other countries of the world. So to go other countries of the world, we can use aeroplanes, and there are train services, there are rail services also, which also connects the different countries together. So you can even write train or ships as well. So I'm going to write ship. You can even write train. Train will be also correct. Sending goods within your state. So if you want to send goods in your state, you can send it through truck or by train. So these are your two options to send your goods within a state. Now next question. Write the vehicles in ascending order of their speed. So उनकी speed के according हमें इन vehicles के बारे में लिखना है. This is very easy. You can do it yourself. Now we will move to the E. Answer the following questions. First, what are the means of transport called? So, basically you will write this definition and the means of transport which we have studied in the whole chapter. Means used for traveling and carrying goods from one place to another are called means of transport. First point. Now, the different means of transport are roadways and railways. Second is your waterways. Third is your airways, and fourth is your animal transport. So you can write all these 4 points and the definition in your first answer. Now, what means of transport will you use to visit your relatives living in another city? So if you want to travel to meet the relative who is living in another city, we can use a car, we can use a bus, we can also use a train to travel from one city to another. Now, for which places is a helicopter used? So, helicopter is used where a plane cannot land. It is used as the mountain peaks, at the valleys, deserts, or sea. I think it was sea. Let's check it once again. Sea waters. So, helicopters reach the mountain peaks, valleys, deserts, or sea waters, and the places where aeroplane cannot land. So, for these places, helicopters are used. Now, how will you travel to far off places? So, I think here, to travel and carry goods to far off places, cars, buses, trucks, and trains are used. Cars and buses carry passengers only, trucks carry goods only. So, this is your answer to the question that how can you travel to far off places. Now, this was answer number 4. What is a port called? So, a port is a place where a ship unload and load the products or the goods which they have with themselves. So, a port is a place where, or a harbor. Port is also known as a harbor where a ship loads or unloads the good. So, we have completed the chapter. If you have any problem, you can watch it again. Thank you so much. Happy learning.